Yo, I'm back again. I've made a video about this before, but I'm gonna make it as it pertains to Spanish today, or any language for that matter. So before I made a video called Life Isn't a Journey, it's a song, right? Inspired by a speech from Alan Watts. And I think that's particularly important in language learning because a lot of times people get way too goal focused. They get focused on an endpoint. They're like, I want to be fluent. I want to be this. I want to be able to do this, that, and the other. And they forget like the whole point is communication. That we're supposed to talk to people. We're supposed to enjoy what we're doing, right? And so in that speech, Alan Watts is talking about, the purpose of a song or any composition is not the finale. It's not the end of it. It's the song. You enjoy the song, right? You dance to the song. You don't wait for the final part of the song to enjoy it. What makes it good is its entirety, right? So, when we're learning languages, people are understandably afraid to make mistakes. They're afraid to talk to people. They're afraid of judgment, whatever. But all of that stuff is fun, man. All of that is a part of the process. Yeah, you're gonna say some stupid stuff. People are gonna laugh, but that's cool, actually. Like later on, you'll laugh at yourself. It'll make it fun when you talk to people. It's actually a good conversation starter or a good thing to interject in the conversation. Like, oh yeah, I remember when I said this, and everyone laughs. So don't forget what we're doing here. You don't wait until the end of the song. You get up and dance the entire song. You don't wait until you're an amazing dancer to dance. You just dance. The whole point is to feel the music. The music is communication in this instance, right? A lot of the best experiences that I had in Spanish are not. They weren't even times where I was supposed to be speaking Spanish. Like it just so happened that the other person spoke Spanish, so it wasn't like, oh, I'm practicing for this day. I can't wait to go blah, blah, blah. I didn't even expect to speak Spanish that day. This person speaks Spanish and we have a great time doing something, right? Or even the other day, I scheduled an appointment with a new barber and I didn't know that he didn't speak English. So I pulled up to the shop and I started talking to him in English and he's like, I don't speak English. I'm like, oh, he didn't know I spoke Spanish. We had a great time. I got a great haircut. Super cool dude. If I waited my entire life to get good, I would have never had the experiences that led up to that experience, right? So don't wait. Just start doing it. You gotta start doing it, bro. You gotta look at the whole process and say, I want to communicate with people. I want to talk to people. I want to have experiences in the language. It's not about being perfect in the language. Oh my God, this guy is slurping the water back there. It's not about being perfect in the language. It's about communicating. If the other person understands you, that's really all that matters that day. You can improve, right? You can say, oh, I probably should have said this, and he would have understood me better had I said this. But you can do that in English too. We have misunderstandings all the time in our native languages. You go to sleep at night, you're like, oh, that's why he got upset. I realize now how he understood what I said. You don't just stop speaking because of stuff like that. You just, next time you're like, I'll make sure I specify what I'm actually saying so that there's not a misunderstanding. So, I don't want to ramble for like 30 minutes, but I just came on here to kind of encourage you. If you're feeling embarrassed about speaking or you're scared to speak, you're like, I want to wait until blah, blah, blah. Waiting is probably not going to help, man. I'm just be real with you. Imagine a little kid saying, I'm not going to speak to my parents until I'm super fluent in English. No, you just start speaking. It's making those mistakes that makes you better. Your parents are the only ones that understand you at first. You ever heard a little kid speaking and you're like, what did they say? And the parents like, oh, she said she wants some graham crackers. And you're like, yeah, I couldn't understand that. You improve that with a person that you're comfortable with, and eventually you branch out and it just keeps going like this until one day that's just a part of your life. Like for me, I don't know how to explain it. I don't get anything out of speaking Spanish now, but like I said, it's it's a method of communication, just like English is for me. But I'm not like, oh boy, I had a Spanish conversation today, or oh my God, I'm gonna speak to some Spanish speakers today. You know, that wears off maybe after a year, maybe after you have enough conversations. You know, as you guys know, I went and lived in Colombia for a year, so you know, the novelty aspect of it wears off, but that's not what it's about. It's not about feeling cool. It's not about any of that. It's about communicating, connecting with more people. And like I said, you can't do that unless you actually get out there and connect with more people. So that's what I want you to take away from today. Go speak, go have some conversations with some people, or else you'll be like this dog. This dog can't talk to me. He probably wants something right now, but he doesn't use his English. So how would I know what he wants? So anyways, if y'all have any questions, if y'all need anything from me, leave me a comment and I will gladly try to help you out. Peace.